We discuss the avalanche of apostasy pretty regularly on my channel. We cheer for and encourage the rapidly growing community of ex-Muslims. We laugh at the Dawagandists as they scramble to figure out new ways to deceive their audience. It's fun to watch, and it's awesome to be a part of. But there's a darker, more violent side to the avalanche of apostasy. Many of the people who are leaving Islam still live in areas where they are subject to threats, abuse, or death. Uganda, for instance, has an overall Christian majority, but there's a sizable Muslim minority, and certain parts of the country are a bit more dangerous for apostates. Morning Star News reports, upset over conversions to Christianity, hardline Muslims in an area of eastern Uganda this month sprayed a newly Christian family with acid and beat a former mosque leader, sources said. In Intanko village, Namutumba district, Muslim relatives on March 8th sprayed acid on Juma Waiswa, 38, his 32-year-old wife, Nasimu Naigaga, and their 13-year-old daughter, Amina Nagudi, after they put their faith in Christ the previous month, Waiswa said. They converted to Christianity when a pastor visited their home on the morning of February 17th and explained the gospel. When their relatives learned of their conversions, they called them to a meeting with other clan members on March 8th, Waiswa said. So, they had been Christians for about 3 weeks before they were sprayed with acid. During the meeting, we were asked about our salvation, and we affirmed to them that we had believed in Jesus and converted to Christianity, Waiswa told Morning Star News. They told us to renounce Jesus, but we stood by the newly founded faith in Jesus. Christians had deepened the family's faith in visits and Bible study after their conversion, he said. When we refused to recant our faith in Jesus, my father, Arajabu, recited some Quranic verses, and after that they forcefully started beating us with sticks as prescribed in the Quran, claiming that we were apostates, Waiswa said. As this was not enough, my father went inside the room and picked up a bottle of acid and began spraying it on us while the group started shouting, Allahu Akbar, God is greater, you deserve death, and then disowned us. It's good to see a news article that translates Allahu Akbar correctly. It's not Allah is great, it's Allah is greater. Initially, they did not know what kind of liquid was sprayed on them, he said. But as we were fleeing for our lives, we started feeling some serious itching that continued till the pain intensified, Waiswa said. A nearby Christian neighbor called the pastor, who arrived immediately and took us to a hospital in Mbale, but our daughter was seriously affected and was referred to a hospital in Jinja. On March 9th, while the three were receiving hospital treatment, their house was set ablaze, he said. The three are still undergoing hospital treatment. They requested prayer for healing and for a place to stay after recovering. I've read about a lot of acid attacks over the years. The victims are usually women who rejected the advances of a man who doesn't believe that women have a right to reject him. Acid attacks are meant to send a special kind of message. Someone who throws acid in your face doesn't want to kill you. He wants you to have a constant reminder of what you did to upset him. And he wants you to be a permanent warning to those around you. So, this is what certain Muslims are doing in Uganda to stop people from leaving Islam. Keep in mind, they're on the same side with the Dawagandists on YouTube and Twitter. The only difference is that the Dawagandists are typically more violent. Ali Dawa doesn't want to spray apostates with acid. He openly calls for apostates to be publicly executed. And his fans, hundreds of thousands of them, love him for it. And if we criticize the demands for violence in any way, we're called bigots and Islamophobes, and we get banned by Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. The whole world has gone insane. There are so many reports of threats and violence against ex-Muslims that I could easily make videos like this every day indefinitely. In fact, if you've been wanting to start a YouTube channel, but you're not sure what to cover on your channel, there's an idea for you. Just follow Open Doors and The Voice of the Martyrs and Morning Star News and make videos about what's happening. Yes, you'll be threatened for it. Yes, you'll be called names for it. Yes, you'll eventually get banned for it. But whatever happens, Never forget that the people who are against you are cowards. Sheikhs and imams spent 14 centuries lying about their prophet and their book. Suddenly, we get to a time when people can expose the lies, and the sheikhs and imams panic. They're terrified because their lies are being exposed, and they know they can't keep their followers in a state of ignorance forever. They want to go back to a time when no one was allowed to question their claims. They think that violence will get them there. But do you know what their threats and violence will really get them? An avalanche.
It just backfired on you. It just backfired on you. This is a part of a religion. There's a reason to it. Yeah?